Niggas don't want to hear it.
Yo,
we here.
Hey,
we live.
I'm about to pull it up. Okay.
This man's chatting.
This man is yapping, man.
Oh no!
Blood
All right. So we're on the topic of how JJK and Hunter x Hunter would perform in each other's universes, and we've gotten to the point of the top of Hunter x Hunter, which is Netero, and how many people we think JJK would need to do classic jump.
Is he the top of the Hunter x Hunter verse?
Hell
I don't
no.
even think he's not.
Hell no.
He's close to the top, but he's not the top.
In the anime, he's at the top. If we want to go by the manga, that's some wild shit. I'm not going to
I don't think he's listen. I think he's nice. I think he's good. I think he's probably a top 10
in terms of introduced hunters that we've seen fight.
He's cleaning a lot of them up. I ain't gonna lie. He's cleaning up 90% of them.
He is.
And he's cleaning up 90% of the JJK verse too. I think there's only
villains
one
included.
Person.
Whoa.
Yes, villains included. Villains. Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Who in the JJK verse has shown? I already know the answer to this. There's only two answers to this. But who has they shown that can stand something, get hit at the speed of sound?
Getting hit at the speed of sound?
Yeah. Because that's what Netero does. Yeah, I forgot. That's how he got his hands.
Yeah.
I must have forgot about the prayer.
Okay, so we got
sound. That's sonic booms he's doing.
I'm gonna just bring up the easy. Toji eating that. Toji's eating speed of sound.
He's dead. We don't gotta worry about him. He's dead.
No. We talk about so Maki's taking it. We talk about dead niggas, alive niggas. What are we talking about?
Maki's moving fast, bro. I can't front. Maki's moving real fast. I don't think she could take a hit, but I think she speed blitz him. I think she speed blitz him.
I think it's cool up until the 100 hands come out. I think once the 100 hands come out, Maki's overmatched.
That's GG.
There's not much she can do about it. It's not her fault.
Because the hands also move fast, fast enough to hit Meruem. Even though he wasn't moving the top speed, but he was still. You still got
that's what I'm saying. Like, who do they have in JJK that can deal with Meruem? There's no one.
Nah, if we talk about dealing with Meruem is the true peak that we've actually seen proven in Hunter x Hunter, and he absolutely. Niggas don't want to hear it. He washed Netero. He took no damage. He took no damage from that shit. Nigga had to put a poison nuclear bomb in his body.
Hey, nigga, I'm a human. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. By any means. Let me show you.
By any means, get the
dub. In terms of actual combat, they didn't even. That nigga was okay. He had some scratches. He had some scuffs on him. He was okay.
Didn't he lose an arm? He lost a leg when the Buddha.
He didn't lose anything. He didn't lose anything. He didn't lose a limb.
The beam that the zero hand, he didn't lose an arm. I ain't gonna lie.
Meruem
arms. Yeah, he regenerated.
He lost a limb. He did regenerate it, but he lost a limb.
I think he lost. Hey, hold up.
He was fucking around. I'll openly admit it. He was fucking around, and he found out.
It was some bullshit.
But he was like, from this point onward, I'm moving at full speed. And he proceeded to wash him. So I'm no argument that Meruem smoked this shit, but Netero is still a tier above most hunters we see introduced in the show.
I think he's stronger than all of the hunters that we had seen before. But I do think that the hunters that they've been saving, like Gon's dad, and then some of the Zodiac members, I think, and then also, niggas don't want to hear it. I think the Phantom Troop has, I don't know if Frollo is, I don't think he's as strong as Netero. I don't think Frollo is as strong as Netero in terms of like a direct 1-to-1, but I do think he could beat him. I do think that the potential to defeat him is there. And I don't know if that's because
Frollo's Batman. You give that nigga enough prep time, he'll come out with a dub against anyone. That's the problem. Don't give him, if he says let's fight in 2 weeks,
don't give him information.
Say no. Let's fight now. Like pull up on him.
Pull up immediately.
Because if you give him 2 weeks, he's gonna create a perfect scenario for him. That's the type of person he is. I think if you can pull up on Frollo and catch him lacking. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure. I mean, that's.
I think you can catch him slipping.
I don't want to say that's what happened, but that's kind of like he wasn't expecting Hisoka to be, I guess be as prepared for him. Yeah, as prepared for him as he was, really. So that's. You know what I'm saying? A bag is crazy. A bag is his. I don't want to say bag. His just battle IQ is insane. He probably has the best. I want to say top 3 battle IQ in Hunter x Hunter. He's got the. I want to say he uses his ability probably better than anyone else. I want to say bar none in the series.
Out of anyone ability that we've seen, like we don't know
that we've seen so far.
Actually, ability, so we can't put Ging in there. But yeah, you're right. Hisoka is like mastered. his ability in like hindsight is ass. You got the power.
It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy.
Nigga?
But he mastered it.
Yeah. He's
in terms of,
I think Ahsoka cooks a lot of JJK verse too.
I think he eats up. I don't think that anyone from JJK outside of the top like 5, 6 maybe.
Honestly, I think Todo smokes Ahsoka.
No.
Toto?
No. Yes. The man can teleport.
Dolo? You talking about?
He has
in a 1v1?
He has
1v1 in the arena?
But hear me out. He has good durability. He's gotten hit by S ranks and up. He's got a crazy ability that also S ranks and up can't even predict. Sukuna's the smartest man and has the highest battle Q in the verse, so he still couldn't figure out where niggas was going for a hot second. Okay. I don't know if I want to count him with the tapper or not.
I would cap him. I would count him with it, but I just don't think that he has. I would stop Hisoka at Toji. I think he would reach Toji and stop. It would be a hard stop.
But what do you think he does about Toto? Because we haven't even seen anybody.
Hisoka's battle IQ is. I think the difference between JJK and Hunter x Hunter is the battle IQ. I think to be a good hunter, your IQ is already on another scale because you're mid-fight at all times trying to figure out what the other person's ability is and how it works. That's the only way you win a net fight.
I mean, it's kind of similar to JJK though. The versus, I would say they, in terms of the battle IQ, because Togashi is Gege's heavily inspired by Togashi. You can see it in the writing, you can see it in the power system and shit like that. I would say they're pretty battle IQ heavy just in general. Like Megumi's battle IQ, I don't even fuck with this nigga, but his battle IQ is quite high. To say that like he figures out how to beat niggas, it's not even that his powers it is nasty, but he's not that good. He just figures out how to beat niggas. That's how he wins most of his fights.
My only issue with that is that they just now started fighting other sorcerers. You know what I mean? Like they just now are getting back into the
in the later stage.
Like they just
but that's been his point. Mindless. That's been Kenjaku's point type shit. That's kind of
right. Like, Kenjaku is right. He's on the money. Like the niggas lost their way. They got dough. But that's the difference though. Hunters, you can never get dough. It's literally you be good at it
that's
or
society. That's society.
I think it's interesting because I feel like for the most part we have followed the hunters that be doing shit. Like I said before, we followed the hunters that actually be in the field.
Been following the sorcerers.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we see the sorcerers that don't be like in the Night of 100 Demons, they was getting destroyed. Like when Nanami and Toto and shit pulled up in Kyoto, the rest of them was getting ate up. Like if it wasn't for the black flashes and niggas battle IQs, it would have been a really ugly situation for the rest of them niggas. Right?
I ain't gonna lie.
So,
we might.
But I would argue
York knew. Remember the niggas that they sent to hunt Crollo. A couple of them are hunters too.
But burgers, I don't think any of them niggas.
They got burgers in both verses.
I think the burger is a balance. I do think that they balanced in terms of. I think there's more burgers for hunters. I think there's just more hunters in general. I think they just have. There's more hunters that exist in general.
Fair. Yeah. Than sorcerers. That's fair, but I think the top of the Hunterverse, it clears.
That's the thing. I don't think so. This nigga Sukuna, every chapter that we see something of him, he's dropping a masterclass of figuring out how niggas are doing shit better than they doing it. Like he's always dropping some line about like, so this nigga's doing this because he can't do that. So that means that he can only do this shit, which means he's limited right now.
So can we run a quick gauntlet? Can I just run a quick gauntlet by you? How many names does Sukuna beat? Right. We'll start out very simple at the bottom. Kurapika.
That's easy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a spider on, so he's straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a spider tattoo. There might be an argument there. I'm not.
Yeah, with the spider tattoo, there's an argument.
Kurapika's hacks.
There's an argument there.
Let's say he, for some reason, thinks he's a spider.
He thinks he's a spider.
Only because he would probably get speed blitzed by Cleveland Dismantle. Like
that's the problem. I don't know if he would be able to truly deal with.
Because he would probably try to do some shit like, I don't know, block it with his chains, which could possibly work. Yeah, I don't think we've seen those chains broken once. Since
I was about to say, if he throws the chain of judgment at him, like a spider
takes his whole ability.
Break it.
Yeah.
So like, what does if he can't get a cleave and dismantle off on a chain that can't be broken? You know what I mean? Like, how does he?
Yeah, but if that would imply that he knows about cleave and dismantle though.
Yeah, that was
Sukuna's the type to fuck around with a bunch of other shit, like hand to hand, throw food at you, like some simple shit, and then out of nowhere, Cleve, what are you doing?
He doesn't really play with his food like that either. Like I think he does have a good time, but he'll just try to kill you. Like it's not like he wasn't trying to kill Maharaga outright. He was trying to kill.
Just trying to see how. Like
he was trying to figure it out.
I'm just what can I do to kill this man? For real?
He was definitely on go like from the beginning. Like he doesn't play around. I just think the problem with Kurapika versus someone like Sukuna is he getting speed blitzed? Is Sukuna just straight up trying to, even if he doesn't use give it his mantle, is he going to be in his face immediately? Like I wonder what the scenario would play out like, because I don't know. The man doesn't play around. If we're talking in character, I don't know.
I mean, and if ain't about bullshit either. Yeah,
if he thinks that's what I'm saying. He might match his energy. If they match his energy, I'm going with the King of Curses. I don't know.
Okay, you can give that to him. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Let me give you another name. Let's go with Finks from the Phantom Troop.
So he can wind up his arm to generate more power. Mm-hmm. He's getting killed, unfortunately. I think they have a pretty good battle. Like I think they go hand to hand, but the moment Cleve and Dismantle start to become a,
he's like, you're rotating that arm. Got you. How about take that off? Quick edit.
Yeah, I think he
cut.
Most of the Phantom Troop is getting washed.
Uboken?
Washed.
Yeah. Washed usually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, he's only like pretty much range.
Better battle, but still washed.
That's where you lost me. Washed.
No defense. He has no defense against Sukuna's best attacks. Like his best
he could take damage, but
he pops the
damage. Like if he takes a one shot.
That's the whole thing, right? If Sukuna doesn't one shot him off rip,
that's a problem. Fight. Yeah, because he's gonna just
because his whole thing. I take your attack and then I respond with 10 times the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10 times the damage, but he can still.
If Phaeton manages like to dodge a dismantle, but like loses a hand, that could be a problem.
That is a very big problem. Yeah, if it's
he amplifies it too. Like so, it's not even like it's not gonna do any damage. Like you're just gonna be hurt for a minute, probably on fire, and then he's back.
But my question is, if he throws back his the pain factor, he throws like a sun worth of damage or whatever the fuck at you, right? Is that in itself not cuttable? Like if this nigga bisects the world for the attack, I mean, is that not? That's my problem. I think with Sukuna's offense is that it's not like it's just his offense or defense. Like nigga could, he's going through whatever.
The issue with that is you cut it in half. Cool. The explosion is still there. Like it's now not a neat ball. Now it's just fucking everywhere. It's just you just spilled the soda everywhere. You know what I mean? So you still the splash damage is still there for you, and it only hurts you because Phaeton's suit protects him.
And that's even if he could cut Nen.
I'm assuming that Nen and Curse Energy are like a 1-to-1 thing.
He could
cut it's exactly
Curse Energy.
Curse Energy is
because if he could cut Curse Energy, he should have been able to just slice Hollow Purple. No,
I don't think that was an option though. That's the thing. Hollow Purple was an explosion. That wasn't. It wasn't like it was like a
it's instantaneous too.
Yeah, like
that means he would have to. That timing just would probably have to be perfect. I just don't think he had the timing for it.
I kind of think Hollow Purple is invisible too, because it's described as an imaginary concept. Like it's not something that you can like.
Yeah, I think it's drawn out for us too. Yeah, and
it's like
really
reverse.
And he missed. And he just dodged the destruction coming towards you.
It hit. He just kind of
wide area of effect. He just probably just thought like, fuck it, I get it close enough and it's gonna do the rest.
It's a shotgun blast. We get
it's probably hard to aim. It's got a drawback.
Maybe containing
to be
infinite
fair,
mass is still difficult.
Every person he's hit with Hollow Purple has died. There's not anyone. I mean, it's been dust. Like Toji couldn't even react to it. Toji, who at that point was the fastest physical specimen that we had seen. Nigga couldn't even react to it. That shit just hit him. Like it was over. It was done. He just got clapped. Nigga said he was, Like it was over.
What's going on?
I don't know. I think Hollow Purple is invisible. Where at least it's not something that you can quite like just
react.
You can't react to it. Yeah, it's not something you can just do something about. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I'll leave it off the table for Phaeton though, but I don't know if because if he pops a domain, even still, he can't survive it.
That's why I still give it to.
That's my other half of this. Like, assuming it's 1-to-1, right? Your curse ability is probably your Nen technique, right? We can say that. That's a fair 1-to-1 if it's going to be an even playing field. Does that mean that the people in the Hunterverse can learn domain expansion too? Because if that's the case, I'm just edging everything over to them.
I don't know if it's the same because I feel like you can have a curse technique without having domain because there's quite a few characters now who we've seen that don't have it. But
true.
I wonder I think if we're making it 1-to-1, I feel like because there's so few people that do have domains, it's kind of a unique ability in itself because you can kind of avoid not Sukunis. That's not one that I would say you can kind of avoid, but you can kind of avoid maybe like a Jogos with like a simple domain. Like I do think there's ways with Nen you can kind of mimic a way to avoid damage from something like that.
Can we say that using your Nen defensively can block cursed energy?
I think it could block most. I think it would be able to block most, but shit that's like we've seen to be really potent, like a cleave or dismantle. Some shit that was like clapping Maharaga or doing significant damage that Maharaga had to recover and adapt, I would say.
What about like blood arts? Or would you put that in this?
Well, Choso's blood arts are different. I think he has the highest levels and shit like that. It's
Even so, that you could easily chalk that up as like a Nen tech.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's not like multiple sorcerers have the same ability. You know what I mean? With some exceptions, you know.
There's minor. There's some.
Right. Like there's some but outside of that, I'm pretty sure there's like Nen versions of that too. Even actually, Killua's family, they're all variations of the same thing.
I think for the most part, I think he said they both all have transmutation, like they're all transmuters or whatever.
Right,
it is.
Like the grandfather shoots a dragon, the son, his father
just like the aura balls. Yeah.
And even in a lesser extent, Killua is just raw lightning itself. It's all the same vein, probably
essence. I would say in essence, the same.
Yeah. So I can see it. You know, it could be a 1-to-1 thing.
Okay, that works out.
Yeah, so I think you could defend with Nen. I think that you could kind of simulate a simple domain.
Or do what Gold was doing, like
actually, no, we're tripping. Nah, I'm tripping. There is examples of domains with the fucking cheetah. For Mora, the smoke eye.
But that's his ability, though. That's
basically a domain expansion.
Yeah.
But it transports
you would count that
you and a person into a whole other separate space that no one else can interact with. That's a domain expansion.
So you would count that he has a domain expansion.
That's it's pretty much he's probably somebody with a domain expansion with an awful curse technique. That's exactly what you would equivalent that to.
He made his technique sucks too. That's what's funny. The cheetah's technique actually isn't even good. It relies on him being fast, but that nigga's retarded. Like he doesn't have any.
He didn't think it through. That was the
point.
Yeah.
If he was left alive, he would have been really dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. If you just
to most people, to most hunters, to most.
Yeah, you think so? I think he's.
If he learned to make it so that you have to chase him and you can never catch him, that's most hunters. 90% of the verse. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That's definitely a problem. But I think just a smart hunter like Moreau or someone who could figure out a way to limit his movement. I do think there were other ways to win instead of tricking him. I
like that actually. What about next in the gauntlet? Moreau. Let's throw him in there.
So Moreau in there?
Yeah.
I think because he has no speed feats. His defense is okay. He has, he's built for it. He has a Nen practice, but he gets smoked by it.
Moro is more comparably to like Nanami or like a first grade sorcerer.
Like Higuruma sign.
Yeah, like those are the more comparable sorcerers to someone like Moro.
Like somebody with the experience and knowledge to actually come up with a battle plan for shit. Like for sure. Some complex shit. So,
right, so then let me up it then. Neferpitou.
Neferpitou.
This could be Neferpitou?
Yeah, Neferpitou's. I don't think that's OG on crack.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Neferpitou has enough. I think the problem is Neferpitou doesn't have enough to me to put down Sukuna, because if he pops the domain, then it's that. If he does the fire arrow, if he pops the fire arrow,
she can use her Nen ability shit to keep her moving.
A lot of these people kind of stop at Hikari now that I think about it.
They're not like physically. My thing is physically. Like it's physically. I don't think that they could keep up with the top of JJK. I think the top hunter, top physically.
I don't know about that. I don't see.
Unless it's like, I mean, it would have to be. It really depends on matchups at that point because like,
what does Akuna's strength feat? Well, a real strength feat.
A real strength feat.
Right.
Just boxing with Maharaga generally, honestly. Maharaga
Gojo.
Boxing with Gojo, who I mean
makes niggas throw up on contact.
I kind of don't want to give him credit for boxing with Gojo, to be honest.
I'm about to say,
that's the thing. You should get the most credit because he was getting pieced out. That's all I'm saying. Like,
he was getting kind of handled.
This nigga was just getting washed for like 10 chapters and then got a luck.
And reverse curse technique.
He does have reverse curse technique as well. I think the problem with Hunter x Hunter, right, is that because there's so many unique abilities, not many of them have to be super deadly. Just like sorcerers, there's some sorcerers that don't have super deadly curse techniques, so they have to be in a jump-in situation. Hunters don't always be in those optimal situations, so they've had to sharpen their hands, and sometimes their hands just not enough. That's what I think is what it comes down to against some of these top sorcerers. Like, Knuckle? Do you take who does Knuckle beat in JJK? Who does Knuckle Bind beat in JJK?
In a 1v1?
In a 1v1.
What's like? All right, now we got to get into some extra shit. Is it like in an arena or is it like in a city, like an outdoor space?
I would say an arena. Heavens, okay, it's a Heavens tournament type situation. He loses at Nanami. And Nanami doesn't even have a busted technique. That's my thing. Nanami is just fucking strong. Nanami is a strong nigga. He's got it.
But that's problem, right? That's situational. I think if you fought in like you dropped the niggas in Times Square and they had to duke it out right there, I think Knuckle wins that. Because now he can move around a little bit more. And it works better to his net ability.
Yeah.
He's not built for that in close arena. That's what I said. In an arena fight, he's gonna get folded very quickly.
But so versatility, you think is definitely a big factor of who would win in the fight. But
it also depends on what time it is. If it's time to clock out, I really think he gets folded. Like
I don't know if he get. That's Nanami is a specimen. Nanami is he's hitting niggas crazy for sure.
He's throwing full power punches at niggas. He's trying to punch.
And then the ratio ability, if it's not hitting a curse, that's what I want y'all to think about. You're not hitting a person in their weak point every time. Arms are flying and shit like that. That's
critical damage. That's a wrap.
Punch you right in your ACL, bro. It's over.
But in the same respect, Nanami gets folded by like somebody like Nobunaga, the samurai dude from Phantom Troop.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I agree with that. I
agree
with
heavy. That. Critically, like
I agree
disgusting.
Then how do you think if you paired people in JJK and Hunter x Hunter with similar abilities, how do you think they stack up with each other? So one thing that came to my head was Illumi versus Mahito.
Illumi versus Mahito.
I don't think it's the same ability. Yeah, I don't think the ability is 1-to-1.
Not 1-to-1 necessarily, but definitely similar.
Because it's mind control versus soul manipulation.
Yeah. But it's still
he beat Mahito?
To some degree. Like,
I don't see. I honestly don't see how he beats a lot of people in the Hunter x Hunter verse. Honestly,
Illumi?
Mahito's
without just straight up overwhelming them with numbers. If it's somebody who doesn't care about like numbers.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did see him.
That's the only way. He's great against regular people, but
he loses to Hisoka. Like I don't even think he'd want to fight Hisoka. I think that's part of why he teamed up with him. I don't think it would be worth trying to deal with him.
But Hisoka doesn't want to fight him either for a reason.
Well,
I think that's more than. I think he wants to fight him. He wants to fight him eventually. Yeah, he's like, you're worth fighting.
They made him join the Phantom Troop just so that he can have all his ops together. He made all his ops join the group, so he could let's just do this in one shot. Okay. I don't want to do 13 phase. We're gonna do 13 versus 1. Let's just do this one time.
Nigga, Hisoka. If I'm being real, he's beating most of the Phantom Troop too. They want revenge, but they should
turn back.
They should stop.
You heard exactly what they said on that boat. They were just like,
stop, man.
Prolo, I ain't going front. We're a bad matchup. So we don't roll with you.
This is not a good look.
If he catches us, we're dead. So we just gonna roll with you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's not looking good if Hisoka starts to get
on the offensive.
Yeah, it's bad. that's a monster. That's definitely a monster. I think he beats all the first grade sorcerers too. I think if we matched him up, I think he beats. I think maybe he stops at Naobito and Naoya. I think he might have some problem just because of their technique.
Yeah.
And how quick it is.
Wait, is he fighting them together or individually?
Individually, I think he'd have a problem just because they have the same ability. I think he'd have a problem. If he was getting jumped by them, it's GG. It's over.
And that's what I was about to say. Like that's not
he's getting shredded. But one at a time, it might be a closer fight, but he's not winning that one.
I don't think he'd win though either way.
The speed gap is just too wide.
What if the Hunters start linking up and start jumping niggas? Like now, imagine that same fight now with Hisoka with Illumi.
Against who?
Naobito and Naoya.
Yeah, Hisoka and Illumi.
I still think it
still goes about the same.
I don't know.
I think it's. I don't trust Illumi like that.
Them needles off a wall and just. I don't know.
Yeah, but when they're in the curse form, and then
if you catch them before they curse form, it really just depends on the timing. Who strikes first?
If you don't get them before the curse form, it's GG.
Did Naoya have a domain before he turned into a cursed spirit, or was that only afterwards?
I don't think because he got smoked by Maki. I think he would have used it if.
Yeah, I don't think he had a domain before.
Yeah, that was a very panicked situation. Like if he had one, that was the best
panic,
time.
Though. It could have been the panic though. He never got his ass beat like that before though. Like admittedly, imagine
you could see me. Like
imagine you're moving beyond the speed of sound and somebody's watching you to just watch you move around. I'm sick.
Can't even think of my domain right now, bro. I just want to go.
You can't even get the words out. Start stuttering.
I'm stopping right there. Hold up. I'm stopping the movement right there.
Stop.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's find something out.
Now hold on. We've had our differences.
That's
Who does Miguel stop at?
He's a bad
remember that nigga Hinata that fucked up on the nigga that fucked up going in the practice when they were getting their hunter's licenses. What was his name? Hanzo?
Oh, that nigga shit.
I think it was Hanzo, wasn't it?
Hanzo.
The ninja nigga that broke his finger, broke his arm and all that.
He stops there. I think he stops there. That's right.
Isn't Hanzo nice though? Isn't he
Hanzo secretly low-key nice?
Hanzo is apparently really nice. He's apparently
like
really
a
nice.
legend in his community type
right.
shit. Like he's like a local deity for real. Like
he's
no one
apparently
talks
like
about
that. He's apparently really like that.
Nigga just came outside.
Nigga said, I'm the strongest shinobi in my village. Please don't make me kill you, bro.
Yeah, he's one of them.
He just kept flashing a gun at Gon, bro. He just kept flashing a gun on him, and Gon wouldn't listen.
Don't make me do it. He said, don't make me.
I've used this technique only to kill people. Please. I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah, that's a bad man. I don't know. I want to see. That's the thing. I think Hunter x Hunter has so much potential for a lot more versatility in combat. Because we haven't even seen all the princes move. We haven't even seen, you know what I'm saying? We haven't even seen the Dark Continent. There's a lot of possibility for the Zodiacs too.
All the Zodiacs, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see more of them. So it is some stuff is up in the air. But
hey man, if y'all listening out there, Togashi, Gege, do the crossover, fam. Hunter x Hunter X JJ.
Baki
tournament style.
It wasn't great with Baki, but y'all can do it better.
Hey man, bring the Dark Tournament back. Have you be the referee and bring it all back.
Bring it all back.
Go crazy.
That's all we need.
Yusuke as the ref, just snuffing niggas, man. I want to see it. Gojo, what are you talking about?
Yu Yu Hakusho washes both verses though. Admittedly, Yu Yu Hakusho washes both verses.
End of the show, Yusuke.
Yusuke is walking on niggas at the end of the show.
Even if Gojo has like infinity, it's just like they're stalemated.
I don't even think it's a stalemate. I think
they just bypasses it. He's just out of existence.
Because doesn't he have like the almighty spirit gun that can transcend like dimensions and shit in reality?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you do?
I think
just send you to another universe.
I don't even think Yusuke. I think another demon could potentially have an ability that could.
Nigga, he is smoking a whole JJK verse. He's gonna look like the demon god. He's gonna make Sukuna look crazy.
Them S-class demons is crazy. Them S-class demons.
Kuwabara versus Sukuna though? Can we talk about it?
He got the dimensions. He got the true dimensions.
This shit is more consistent. He don't need my Haraga around.
Cleave in half.
He don't need a chant or nothing. He can just pull it out. He don't need nothing.
What are you talking about? Everything in your universe.
He can extend that shit. He's wild with it.
He's wild with it. He's the blueprint. He's the blueprint.
High key.
My nigga is wild with it.
Nah. Kuwabara goes crazy.
As long as I'm good with leaving it there. You know what?
Yeah.
We don't get to the bottom of who's better, but we know at the end of the day,
pretty. I think they're pretty even. I do think
Team Urameshi clears all of them niggas either way.
She does clear.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
Same page.
I can't make an argument like this. No.
Now we can talk about some swashbuckling shit. One Piece.
Yes.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about the chapter?
I love this shit, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Love. I honestly, I'm telling you, a good reread puts everything into a better perspective, and I really feel like from the moment they've got to Egghead, and the anime honestly has been doing a really good job too. It's been a fantasy kind of situation. They've been finding all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? They've been leaning really heavily into the science that we've been missing from every other island and all the history of the world and shit like that. But it's just been built up to be this goofy shit. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think because Oda said it too in the latest SBS. I think Kizaru has been. I don't think he's been truly himself.
That's what I'm saying.
I do think the admirals. I think he said the admirals, or no, he said Kizaru and Luffy are more than evenly matched. So I don't think that
I don't believe that.
I believe it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I low key believe it.
I believe the only reason I don't believe it is I don't think Kizaru gets half as far as Luffy does in a fight against Kaido. I don't think Kizaru swamped out in this Egghead gets half as far as Luffy did. I don't think he's shown us anything that shows Kizaru gets like this. You can't say that and then portray Kizaru the way you portray.
It's only because there's an asterisk next to his actions right now. Because he's been an emotional aspect. That's what I'm saying. He's literally killing what he perceives as family members right now.
Then don't do it, nigga. You got a choice. You got the gun in your hand.
He's selling it.
I'm not saying I agree, but he's doing his job.
So stand on business then. Don't be emotional and be like,
he's selling.
I have to kill my family and then not do it.
He kind of did put the Vegapunk
dies
from this. It is Kizaru who did it.
So now you're too far on the other side. You killed them. You killed him.
But he's still. But Vegapunk did go too far though. I want to. If we think about the position that their friendship is in, Vegapunk did take the limits of their friendship.
He put him in a very unreasonable spot.
Very unreasonable spot. Yeah, so it's like I don't. I think if I had to be killed by somebody, or if he had to be killed by anyone, at least I think maybe he did it in the.
It might as well be me. I would hate to hear that somebody else do it. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Not being, obliterated or put in some crazy situation by the Gorosei, because he still got his message off. That's the key that I think really still is the what we need to take away from this. Even though Vegapunk is probably dead, Kizaru smoked him, he still managed to get his message off. So that's really what was needed to be accomplished for the world. You know what I'm saying?
I think what needed to be accomplished is the fact that I don't know if y'all noticed, but that boy Katakuri is standing together. He's up.
They all seen it.
Everyone was watching it. He's up. He's awake. He's alert.
Yonko Katakuri.
It's been a few weeks. I mean,
he's up.
He's up.
It's been like a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months since they left Whole Cake. So it's been.
He might adapt to Conquerors for revenge. Just solely off you hurt my brothers and sisters. I'm pulling up now.
I seen a theory. And I just want to run it by y'all real quick before we move forward. Yeah. Somebody said Katakuri seemed deep enough in the future that Luffy was going to beat Big Mom and that he was going to come back to Whole Cake. When does he come back? Or is he coming back to pick up Katakuri, who's joining the Grand Fleet?
I think the fleet is more likely. I think a lot of pirates probably migrate to wherever Luffy is at some point.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Whenever the final battle's about, I think they migrate to him. They're like, nah, we just gonna jump on this on board with this shit. Because
you think they just pick a side? Everyone's just jumping in and picking a side.
I do think people pick. I think there's gonna be niggas that go to Blackbeard. I think there's gonna be niggas that jump onto the Straw Hat side. Maybe some civilians join the Revolutionary Army, because a lot of shit right now I think is putting. Even you got to think there's got to be people who are already kind of skeptical about the world government. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just watching this, the Wano again, seeing Kaido's flashback, seeing how many people even 40 years ago was suffering, having to be in wars constantly just to pay the tribute. Like, niggas had to be mercenaries just to pay the heavenly tribute. So there's a lot of countries that are just like on the brink that are like on the brink of teetering off of the world government stage. So I do think there's going to be people. There's going to be people that just go flip. I do think there's going to be people that just flip onto the revolutionary side or just flip onto their own shit, become pirates, join Blackbeard, whatever the fuck it is. But I think we'll start to see some factions that we've seen.
Nobody
join. I think that's why they showed everybody. What happened?
Nobody joins the Marines?
Fuck no. I think niggas leave. I think the Marines, because
the Marines.
They have an overwhelming advantage in terms of numbers, right? They could just send out 30,000 troops to Egghead on a whim. You know what I'm saying? Like that's nothing. That's nothing. They're gonna lose a considerable amount of their forces. I would think they're gonna lose maybe like 30% of their forces, and it might even out across the world to now it's like, oh, now it's like, you know, we have to stack it. Good thing we got the pacifistas, because I think that's what they're gonna fall back on. It's gonna fall back on technology for the world government. That's why they have Vegapunk for so long. But I do think they're gonna lose a good amount of their soldiers for sure. For sure. Nigga Drake was looking out the window in the last one. He said, "Fuck,
I just
shit is getting hot."
I'm just curious.
Shit is getting hot.
They keep talking about how whatever happened is a morality. You know, they don't want to get into the ethics of right and wrong of it, right? Because there's no right or no wrong. So the Marines got to be standing on something.
So do you think that the Marines as a whole, as a whole, are wrong? Because I don't think that like all of the Marines top to bottom are bad. That's even what Dragon say. He don't want to replace the Marines and shit like that. Like
I think Dragon is wrong. I think they're inherently wrong. Well, that's just me, right? I think they're inherently wrong. You can't say you're about the peace and liberty, the safety of the seas, and then upholding the Celestials at the same. You can't do both,
right? And
then say, I'm justice, right? So I think Dragon is wrong. That they're inherently wrong because of that.
I think it's fair enough. And this is, I mean, not to get too real, but it's kind of like, so for example, you got somebody who goes into the military, right? And, they in wherever they are in the world, they bombing people and shit like that, right? And to us, that might be our friend. That might be somebody that like we're cool with, but inherently it's like the choice to be behind the face. Even if you're not on the field with the gun and shit like that, if you building the bombs and you the person that's, pointing out on the satellite where that shit is, you're objectively a part of like, the fucked up shit that's happening. But do I fundamentally think that these people are bad? No, I do think that they have a warped sense of justice because they've been kind of brainwashed to think that it's right. That's why I kind of think this is the opportunity for a good amount of them to kind of be like, wake up. Now, I do think this niggas like Sakazuki, like Akainu, who are like, he definitely does believe in the brand of justice that he believes in regardless. He's not going to switch up from absolute justice. That's him. Right.
But what if the world government conflicts his justice? Because I thought about this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because what if the world government is acting on, just something that's just peering off a bit from what his sense of justice is.
From what he actually believes in.
What would that be? Because his sense of justice is the world government is the law. The celestial dragons are the law. So what
he's a dog.
Deviate from that.
Yeah. See, that's where.
I think maybe if he's been lied to,
Oda.
It would have to be to me him being lied to about whatever his belief system stemmed from, wherever he learned to be the Marine that he is. It had to have been stemmed on some lie, and I think we might see that conflict eventually, whether or not he switches up or not. I don't think he will.
Be for his daughter or his granddaughter. Who's the one that was in Sword? Was his daughter?
Yeah, his granddaughter. I think
his granddaughter. Yeah, I think it might be that. Because
that makes him switch up.
Yeah, just like something happens to her, the world government is just like everybody under this rank is just getting smoked.
I watched that nigga melting island for no reason.
He definitely he killed the escaping that
nigga stand on
O'Hara people.
Yeah, he didn't care.
He's a demon.
He said chasing down to the ends of the earth. He don't.
But
care.
If he's been lied to though, what if his sense of justice has been like? What if his mentor was somebody that was like a demon?
He's high enough to know. He knows. You think that the fleet admirals know about Eam?
No.
You think they? All right. So you think they truly believe they know about that it stops at the Gorosei? They know about the Gorosei. I don't think the Gorosei is a secret. I
think they still believe the throne remains empty.
I think they think the throne is empty. Because you got to think it's the world government and then it's the Marines. Like the Marines are just like the kind of their enforcers. All they do is enforce whatever it is the world government wants. Because when the world government really wants some shit to shake, they send in CP0. When they really want some shit to shake the world government, they send in an agent or some shit like that. But for the most part, the Marines just handle they dirty work. You know what I'm saying? They handle their business.
Do you think that what's the guy above them, the World Fleet Admiral that's above the Fleet Admiral? Do you think they know about Eam?
No. I don't think any faction of the military knows truly. Nah, that's like a Celestial Gorsei secret.
I don't even think the Celestials know for the most part. I think the Sky Knights might know. Do you think the Celestials know?
Yeah, I don't think they know. I don't think
they know.
They don't even know about the world history.
Care. That's the thing. I don't even think they care for real.
I think they've been brainwashed. I think it's like this. I think Ian set up a perfect system where him and a few loyal followers, like, you know, some competent people are going to really run the world. And then they're going to have their people that they mingle with, right? You're going to need rich friends. So you're going to let these people rock, but you're going to make them very stupid so that they can't fight against you. But they're still you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cattle. Because you could tell like the way like the God Knights can kill a celestial dragon.
Yeah.
I think they got
because they're also celestial dragons.
I think that's part of it, but I think they got the authority from the Gorsei to do whatever they want. Like if it comes down to it, I don't think anyone but the Gorsei have that real true knowledge that Eam is an 800-year-old being that is.
There's no way he's like sliding around that castle for 800 years. And
I think there's places they can't go. There's places that they can't go. There's places that they can't visit and shit like that. Like that flower garden is definitely off limits. That flower garden, niggas aren't going to that flower garden. Yeah. Niggas aren't going there.
But who's taking care of that flower garden? Because I don't think Eam is there watering every day.
There's a Gorsei member for agriculture.
I'm fucking weak.
They got it. That's his job. Put the fucking plants outside, bro. Stop playing this game. He's the worm, right? That's why he's a bird going to the battlefield. Wait, which one is he? The art. Because if he's the worm, I'm gonna roast this nigga so hard, bro. If he's the worm,
I think it's the bird. It might be the bird.
It's the bird.
Yeah.
Damn, he's too clutch. I can't say shit about.
Yeah, he's flying this shit.
He's actually doing shit like for real.
Agriculture Gorsei. Let me see.
There's only two of them that's actually putting
work. The boar and the bird and the horse.
Oh, three. You're right.
Yeah, three of them have been putting.
Three of them have been cooking. Two of them, MIA, bro. Burger Central.
Saturn is a burger. I ain't gonna lie.
Big time. We call that nigga is the weakest one. I'm telling you, he's gonna die. He's gonna be the first.
I don't know about the weakest.
No lettuce, looks right no there. Tomato, no cheese. Burger
that
and bun.
Worm nigga patty is trash though. I don't know.
I think the worm nigga is definitely trash, but I think we've seen too much from Saturn.
Niggas he eat don't even die. That's the crazy part. How you gonna eat a whole island and nobody dies? They're just in your stomach. They just there.
Don't know. He didn't know what he was doing.
And then you save him to spit him out. Like, how is that a good attack?
No ketchup,
let me spit people on the ship. What? What are you doing? Who made you a Gorsei? What are
no sides. Just the burger in the middle of the plate.
Saturn. By far. To me, he's the worst one. He's got to be the worst one.
I've seen too much.
At least Saturn got acid.
Yeah, but Saturn seems to be a one shot, no? Because he's got that like.
He's a burger. That nigga's a burger. He's been hit by almost everybody on the island. I don't think there's anybody.
Nah, for real.
I think he's been punched by everybody.
That's a feat for him. That's a feat. At least he's back in a fight.
I don't know.
Guy got hit one time
robbed mid combat.
He got man.
He got robbed mid fight. He got hit so hard and knocked it to the other side of the island where more ops were, and they took his wallet.
He got jumped, robbed, and as soon as he got to a telephone, he called his big homies.
Bro, he did the right thing. He did everything. I'm gonna lose my job.
He did not want to run it. Like he had no faith he was gonna win. That's my shit with him. He had no faith.
He's a smart man. That's the science. There it goes. That's the science. Logic. He finally figured it out.
He's able to figure it out. I have no business here alone.
I will get cooked here. Let me.
Nigga said my hands are suspect. I do need help.
On the loads of key, he probably only called Mercury and Ethan. He ain't really called the other.
Mercury, yo.
That's who he called. He called them too. He was to say, hey, Mercury, yo, Ethan, yo.
And he called up niggas who could cook.
And then they were just like, "Fuck it, everybody got to come downstairs."
Everybody, crazy. We gotta flex. We gotta flex.
We gotta flex crazy. Like, no. All hands on deck.
The cover spread. The spread was crazy. I mean, I give it to them. It was a very Ginyu
Force 5 animated. That's gonna be nuts.
That shit gonna go crazy.
Wild.
That shit's gonna go crazy.
I can't wait till they animate this robot snuffing this dude, man.
Man, the robot really snuffed the shit out of that nigga. Like he punched the fuck out of him.
Crazy. He was throwing the hook before he came out the water for real. He had it and then popped out full power to swing. He had the resistance of the water.
That's the first damage. That's the first damage we've seen anyone give to Warcry. No one has been able to hurt the board. Luffy's hands was hurting after that shit. So I think that robot Emmet was on Joy Boy's crew. I think he was a member of Joy Boy's crew. And I think he can. I don't know. I wonder what his situation is, but I feel like he's got a different level of hockey potentially. I don't know. I wonder what it is.
I think he might be an ancient metal, or he might be a sea prism stone.
It could be a sea prism situation.
That'd be crazy.
It could be a sea prism robot.
Like Knuckle Dusters?
Knuckle Dusters, sea prism
nuts. Sea prism Knuckle Dusters?
Oh, next chapter, you better just start weaving, bro. I'm trying to see.
He broke that nigga's horn.
If that's the case, they did my nigga Garp dirty. You're gonna give Sea Prism to fucking Smoker, but Garp can't get Knuckle Dusters like that.
He might have hung it up. He might have hung it up beforehand. That might have been what it was. Like my nigga, he put that Roger was too crazy.
Roger wasn't ready for nothing like that, bro. He would have him first day. Roger,
it was going.
Let me put these bad boys on real quick.
Let me take these off, man. These shit's
One Piece is over.
What do you mean? This isn't right.
The One Piece is not real. Wipe your life, y'all.
Turn to Bogart like, yo, you got a penny? I need some penny and some tape. Penny and some tape.
Real quick.
I'm gonna deal with the hint of rip the right way.
Sea Prism Knuckle Duster sounds actually evil. Not gonna lie. Like, that sounds
it's on the robot, man. That's
villainous shit. What were they doing in the ancient kingdom?
What if the robot is made out of the same thing that like the poneglyphs is made out of?
You might be saying, yo, nah.
Like if it's the same ore, like the same metal ore, and they figured out, like maybe you can take it and put it in the mother flame, melt it down, and then create this big ass robot, Emmett.
That would be
insane.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, that would be. I don't know.
Because it makes sense. Because how does that shit just survive all of this 200 years apart?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because I thought maybe it could be sea stone, but it can't be sea stone because sea stone's not indestructible. Because obviously you can carve with it, but then you can also carve with the stone though. So it's like,
but it's a special technique that you need to carve with it too.
Yeah, and a special.
Probably like hockey because he used. I think it's hockey because when they went to the.
I think it's hockey.
When they went to Skypiea, he wrote on it with like he left.
Maybe it's Conqueror's coding. Maybe that's it. The only way to carve into
if that's the case, then that means Conqueror's coding was discovered at Wano. Y'all understand that, right?
I think I don't know if it was.
That's who carved the poneglyphs. So if you're saying Conqueror's Hockeys was needed, that means
man, they got a deeper understanding of hockey than anyone else with that Rio. Like Rio is normal to them. Well, it used to be normal to them before Kaido was. It was normal for them. They was able to go against the world government for 800 years. Dolo.
That's true.
Fair enough. Even before Ryuma, because Ryuma's only 400.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so that could just be the case where like your hockey, it's like the Amazonians. Your hockey understanding is just so crazy at a wide scale level. You really just can't be fucking.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that though because I do think Wano was one of the major kingdoms that was affiliated with the ancient kingdom because they spread the poneglyphs in the first place. And just the fact that the message from Joy Boy was spread via the poneglyphs means that Wano was just inherently a part of the ancient kingdom in some capacity. It had to be because otherwise. His message would have got spread by strangers, right? So I think there were a few kingdoms that just were inherently a part of it just like that. So Wano being that important doesn't not make sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I think Kaido moving that island to the mainland was like the first step of One Piece.
Reconnecting
Wano, and that's going to be the epicenter of where everybody else is going to connect to. You see what I'm saying?
I think Wano might have been where Joy Boy died.
I think so too. I think Onigashima, the skull, is Joy Boy.
That might be. Yeah, I think that might have been.
That's nuts.
I think that's why, and it makes the most sense, right? Because Kaido's the same. If Kaido's from the same lineage, that's how he would know about the Joy Boy, the tale of Joy Boy. That's why he would probably think he's the next Joy Boy, because I'm the only one of our species left. Of course, it's me. Of course, I'm just as strong as they said Joy Boy was back in the day. Of course, I find a Lunarian, which I'm guessing was part of Joy Boy's original crew.
I think so. Well, I mean, King was the one who really thought that Kaido was Joy Boy. King was the one who turned to Kaido and said that he believed that he was Joy Boy. And Kaido eventually was like, no, I think the Joy Boy is going to be the one who defeats me or whatever it is. I think Kaido believed he was Joy Boy at some point, but something happened. I think even before he got to Wano, something happened to Kaido that affected his perception of, like, that's when he already lost the Pirate King. Whatever happened to him. Something happened to him where, like, some fundamental shit happened, I think, that affected
whatever makes you stagnant. I think that Joy Boy is kind of like a will, and you can inherit it from like time to time. And I think there's multiple people that are alive right now that might have had Joy Boy's will at some point, but the moment you stagnate, it passes to the next person.
I think Shanks also. I think there's been a few potential.
That fraud is on that list too. I think he held it with the fucking hat, and then when he finally handed the hat off, he finally was.
I just think
his responsibilities is over.
Right.
Him losing his arm, and then him also.
You think that was he lost his arm? He's just like, I can't do this anymore, bro.
Well, that's the bet he made, that he's not Joy Boy, but this kid is connected to him.
Him doing that and then choosing to be stagnant for the next 8+ years, 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I think that's Daddy told him.
I think he was just a placeholder. Like I don't know.
I think he wanted to challenge Luffy. I think he believed that Luffy was the one, but he wanted to test fate to see if he could overcome whatever it is that he foresaw.
I hope it's a 1v. Oh my God, I hope it's a 1v.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
Please.
I don't think he gets it. He gets it.
Shanks, you can't do it to him, bro. It's not a 1v is perfectly fair. Fine, Nika versus Shanks, cool. I don't think Shanks is winning that. But once you get the crew involved,
so I'm not
I can't say the same shit.
You think Ben is beating Zoro? Like, in your heart of hearts, do you really think that?
Right? Yes. Right now, I've calmed down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You said Ben is beating?
What? Calmed down a little bit.
I've calmed down a little bit. I think I've come to. Let me tell y'all what I think. This is genuinely why I believe where the Straw Hats stand. Luffy is in a tier of his own, but Zoro is stronger than Luffy was on the roof up until Gear 5. Zoro's about right where Yamato and Luffy were before Gear 5. They were hurting Kaido. They're able to do it, but Luffy's 2 steps above that now. Luffy's 2 tiers above where Zoro is currently. Like, he's still weaker than Kaido. I think Shanks right now beats Luffy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Shanks right now beats Luffy.
I will never say that. I will never believe that.
I think I've come to the light. Shanks he's a Yonko. He's a real Yonko. Not that Luffy isn't a real Yonko, but Shanks is a real Yonko.
Pay to pay.
In a 1v1.
Hey man, let me know. Is Ben Beckman behind the other side of this camera? Blink 3 times.
I'm listening. We good. It's good. It's just me.
I'll pull up on that road now. No, I got you. I got you. You don't got to do this.
I'll admit bias, but now we got Tyler saying something. I mean,
I think they're catching though. I think there's a level. The Luffy hurting his hand on the Gorosei, hurting his hand.
But I think that's because the Gorosei is on some bullshit. I think that's
they are.
Yeah, I don't think Shanks gets even. I don't think Shanks does nearly as well as Luffy does.
I think Shanks smokes Jay Garcia until everybody else shows up. That's what I think.
I think the Yonko might be able to kill.
And then when Ethan pulls up, it's a problem.
They'll dance for a little bit, but I don't think Ethan could kill.
I don't think they're dancing for a little bit. I think they're dancing until Saturn gets back up, and then there's acid flying and an ice horse running.
So hear me out.
But then you assume Shanks is alone because Ben Beckman already shot Jay Garcia in the face like 4 times.
If that nigga can even stand up, we don't even know if they can stand up in front of them. We don't know what that is. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what that was.
I think if Sanji could do it.
Yeah, I think it's his ability.
Sanji wasn't standing. I ain't going front.
Sanji was there.
Sanji was kneeling. He was
there. He was present.
Until Luffy got his hit in, Sanji was kneeling. Just saying the facts.
So I mean, I think I think all the Yonko outside of Big Mom and Buggy, obviously, I think they're capable of hurting the Gorosei. I think there is a reason they would have never. I think they would have never pulled up on Kaido. I truly believe it. Like they didn't want to take it there. We never really saw Kaido at his full strength using like his top abilities because he got jumped.
Took it there. I think
Kaido would have took it.
I think Kaido could kill one of them.
I think he would kill one of them. Now, if he would get jumped, if he fought Garcia and then maybe Ethan or another one pulled up, I don't know, right? I don't know. But I don't think they think it's worth losing one of them for the sake of fighting the Kaido. I don't think they think that.
I'll say this with my bias intact. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. I do think Shanks does kill 2 of the 5 Gorosei. I think if they was the lineup 1v1 style and it's just a one-on-one Shanks and the Gorosei member, I think he beats Garcia and I think he beats that fraud Warman. I think he stops there. I don't think he beats the Bird. Just because that's a bad matchup. I think flying around shooting beams. That's just a
Bird seems to be a level up in difficulty. And then we got Ethan, and then we got the Boar. Like
because Ethan can run on water. Apparently, now you're not weak to your weakness. Now you're like a legendary swordsman. You have both your arms intact.
Both your arms is a game changer. It is. I know.
I just think it's crazy that you can just go like this to Shanks, and while Shanks is struggling like this, you can just attack him from.
That's why he has gang.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a
1v1, if it's
he'll block with one arm and then just right underneath the cape, Ben Beckman pulls out with the blaming. That's it. That's all that happens. You look down. Sneak
Shanks
attack.
If that's how Shanks fights, then in my eyes, he's no better than Blackbeard doing whole shit.
I agree.
You must agree then. If that's how you believe,
that's how you fight. That is Hoshi. That is undeniably Hoshi.
So Shanks is the biggest hoe as Blackbeard?
Nah. I don't think Shanks is like it.
Say it.
I don't think Shanks is that bad.
Not you. I'm telling you clear. You don't believe
I'll put my previous thought aside.
Okay.
I'll retract my previous statement because that is whole shit.
Because I'll let it
Shanks
go.
Is
you
not.
Think it's whole shit. If you say Shanks is on whole shit, I'm cool. But you gotta stop fighting. You think Shanks is on whole shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
think
that's
dedicated a whole episode to talk about how Shanks isn't on whole shit. Like we at some point, like I can't just lie like that. But that's the hockey difference is just crazy. Like
I think there's a big difference. I think usually has to go through another hockey bloom to eclipse that gap. I think between him and Kaido. I think he truly did win because he got his awakening. His awakening is nuts. His awakening is nuts.
I don't really know what Shanks does about his awakening. That's why I initially said Shanks doesn't win that one.
If we're talking about a fresh Shanks, though, if he's fresh, like if they're all healthy, no jumping.
Mean?
If I'm healthy,
a perfectly healthy Luffy, and he's walking up in year 5th in Shanks.
Yes,
I don't think Shanks. I don't think Shanks.
I think Shanks lasts with that. Okay, yeah.
I think he outlasts Luffy, to be real with you. He sees into the future and he wears out Gear 5th. Because I do think Gear 5th is ridiculous. It is.
But Luffy has future sight too. So it's gonna be
better. Shanks is
not
better.
Against Shanks.
Shanks is better.
Shanks is
how do we know that? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Nah.
He's
known as the future sight killer,
what have you seen on screen to let that fraud show you that his hockey is better, that his observation is better? I haven't seen that nigga do something better than Cat yet.
He saw Kid let off the railgun multiple times. The fucking big railgun.
Corey's seen 7 weeks into advance to see his mother getting killed by Luffy.
I don't think he saw it. I think he just realized
that is a
I think
theory.
He just realized the threat. He realized the threat of a man like
Luffy. Said it before he put himself down.
He wanted Big Mom dead. He was low-key Big Mom's biggest op.
Let me look into the future real quick. Oh, you're gonna come back and beat Big Mom? You got it.
He was Big Mom's biggest op, bro. He was like, I think you're capable of taking her out.
Further enough into the future to know that Luffy was gonna win.
Yeah, he's fighting him.
He saw him getting stronger while he fought.
Black Mamba.
No way. There's no way.
Black Mamba.
He survived.
No you say after that cat fight that Luffy looked like he was strong enough to beat Big Mom.
Honestly, I think if Luffy was not interfered with, he would have figured out a way to be category.
I'm about to say, like, I'm telling you,
if you give him enough time, I think if you gave him enough time, I think he would definitely figure out a way to be Katakuri because he wasn't letting his friends die. There's too much plot behind him. The fact that he got involved with and Katakuri had to even the score a bit, and he still was able to fight toe to toe with him on that level, he was just like, all right, maybe maybe you could take out Big Mom, because if Big Mom is gone, she's gonna end all this discrimination bullshit.
No way.
I'm not fucking.
He knows his mom is a burger. This nigga knows his mom is a burger.
He knew he was the real threat the whole time.
Right. It's me.
I get into the gym. I learned this advanced conqueror shit.
He just wasn't trying to be a Yonko. That's the thing.
He didn't want that responsibility. He didn't want to be a
Yonko. He's like Whitebeard almost. Like he was just his family around and have a good time. Like he wasn't really
the reluctant big brother.
Yeah, but now that he's being pushed to the front by everybody else, Oni-chan, handle that. He's gonna step up and be him. He's the new leader of he's the new Yonko.
He's an issue. I don't see any pirate really standing up against him and having a good time fighting some fucking category. Yeah, not many niggas is fighting him and having a good time at all, actually. I can't name very many niggas that's doing it besides Zoro. But I do. I
just don't believe it, man. I don't believe
you
it. I don't. I believe there's no feat on paper. I'll admit that is a good observation feat, but I haven't seen it done I want to see it done against an opponent that knows that you're fighting it. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. They don't.
Kid never, in rereading that, Kid never anticipated to see Shanks right then and there. The plan is the railgun goes off, it gets your attention and makes you come outside.
But that's how good his future sight is. His future sight is so good, it could disrupt that whole. That plan was monstrous. That plan was devastating.
Now I want to see when the other nigga knows you coming. You didn't just sneak him, because that's what he did. He snuck him. If we keep it in the buck,
Kid was gonna sneak him first.
It was a sneak. It was a sneak on a sneak. That is what happened.
It's a reverse sneak,
and he played a giant Uno reverse card.
No. He wasn't trying to sneak him. He was trying to let him know, come outside, pussy. We here.
I don't know. The real is crazy.
Was Shanks supposed to let that rock?
Hey man, if you got a 50 cal on you and you trying to get a nigga come out, hey, one, come outside, nigga. I'm here.
Listen. Ben hit him.
What I got.
Ben hit him with the rifle. He came back with the cannon. We're done here. Now I got to pull out the nuke. Like you're playing. This is a legendary blade, young man. Saying, like you can't just pull up.
His 1 feat. It was whole shit. Can we admit it was whole shit? It was a sneak.
It was piracy.
I don't know if I would say. I think
don't say piracy. Don't call it piracy. I think it's you know it's whole shit. That's a reverse. A reverse sneak is a still whole shit. It's
not really
whole shit. It's advanced whole shit.
It just means you just outsmart.
I'm about to say that's more like I poured water on your fire. You was about to do some wild shit to me. You was about to do some crazy shit to me.
That's me walking up with my little coming up with my lighter, like, yeah, I'm about to burn the shit down, and then you dropping a building on me. That's not the same,
bro. If you got a rocket launcher on you, and you see the future, if you got a rocket launcher on you, and you see the future, and you see this man coming down the block is about to hit you with his own rocket launcher, are you not going to shoot your rocket launcher first?
Yeah, I'm shooting my rocket launcher.
I'm shooting that shit.
Wait. But that's the difference. I endorse the whole shit. I think Blackbeard is the strongest nigga outside right now because of whole shit. I endorse
but that's the asterisk. That's the asterisk.
No, that's not an asterisk.
It's kind of an asterisk. I'm not gonna lie, because without those devil fruit, he's decent.
Piracy.
Decent at best.
If we're keeping it a buck, be a pirate. I respect you more if you just say I'm a pirate.
So by that logic, do you respect Shanks more by committing whole shit?
That nigga's a fraud because he's still playing his whole. I'm only doing this for my friend, guys.
By your logic, Shanks is top tier.
Shanks is some whole shit. And no, he's not top tier. He's still probably the 8th best swordsman in the series?
Would you say what he did to that nigga that kid that Luffy? Would you say that's whole shit?
What he did?
When he did the kid?
Wait. So when he had Lucky Roo had him licked. Because
the whole thing was don't up it on me if you're not gonna use it.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think kid did?
No, don't pull it.
He was gonna. That's the thing.
He was about to do it. He was
about to do it.
He was about to do it
like that.
He was about to clear the fucking block. Yeah.
That's fair. All right, and
he's about to shoot a bunch of old sick people on boats. Like, just
he was gonna blow them the fuck up.
He didn't even check who. He didn't even check to see if these were other like pirates for real. Like,
what they
that was the same attack that put Big Mom through a crater.
It did put Big Mom like
put Big Mom through a fucking crater. He was gonna kill a bunch of old people with shit like that. He's a demon.
Crazy.
He's a real pirate.
I think what Shanks did to Kid is a kid feat. I think Shanks respected what Kid was about to do so much that he knew he had to stop it.
You know what? Right. That's actually a fair enough way.
If we got to fish for a kid feat, that's the one I'll give him. That the fact that he was going to do so much damage that Shanks himself intervened and not Ben Beckman again, because he could have just lost his other arm. If we're keeping it a buck, he could have just been walking around with two shoulders for real. Like
I don't disagree. I don't
either.
I don't disagree.
You know what? On that note, let's end on positivity. Because there's nothing but negativity I'm going to say next. So, Kids thank you for joining the Urban Anime Podcast. We appreciate you. Again, apparently, we got a kid feed out of all of this.
We got something
at the end of the day.
Awesome.
We got a kid.
If you're a kid fan, you're welcome.
Yes, send some cash out, cash comedy because you got it. That's better than
Child of the Sun 21 on Cash App. $5 per kid feet at the locate.
That's you're gonna get 10 whole dollars.
Somehow old niggas $13 somehow.
$4.50, bro. I'm not even gonna get enough for one.
That's I was trying to end on positivity. No, this is the Urban Anime Podcast.
You're not eating well.
Nah.
We'll catch y'all later.
Shout out Mikhail Bridges.
Nah, fuck that nigga Mikhail.